It's like it never happened. Let's not be too picky, driver. Let's complete this playlist. Now that you've met the donut team, you probably have a better idea of what you're getting into. But trust me, you're still in for a few surprises.
I heard through the grapevine the Diamond Fangs are a very principled bunch. He's not telling you much unless you beat him.
The next one is bound to be breathtaking. Now that you've met the donut team, you probably have a better idea of what you're getting into. But trust me, you're still in for a few surprises.
All right, tough boys and girls, you think you've got muscles? Well, how about you take it to the streets in a Chevy Camaro ZL1 or a Shelby Mustang GT500 to find out
Who's got the biggest American muscles? Spoiler,
it's me.
The Camaro ZL1. Go get that dinner.
In the muscle car's natural habitat, the concrete jungle. How's it feel? Nice job! Feels good to be in the lead, doesn't it? Didn't think muscle cars could turn like that, did you? Like cars? Like it all? Time to flex that car's muscle. I'm flexing right now, you just can't see it. Sorry, that's just the drone talking. He's very excited. Don't mind him. Oh, hey! I used to live in that building. The buffest American muscles. Let's find out. Watch out for that curve. Mustangs?
The Donut Crew has all kinds of shows on their channel. In one of them, they pit cheap parts against the high-end versions. It's called Hilo, and that's exactly what you're going to get a taste of now. During this workshop, you'll be driving the oh-so-lovely Nissan 370Z Nismo.
Nothing is more iconic than low car, except for high car. In this time attack, you'll get to drive both 370Zs for 1 lap each on the same track to find out for yourself what the difference between cheap mods and expensive mods really is. Can you beat your own time switching from low car to high car? Show us then. Does more expensive mean more better? I mean, yeah. No, definitely. Doesn't. We did it in real life.
All right, hotshot. Let's see what you can do with that setup coming straight from the sale rack. Give it the beans! I forgot to tell you there's ramps. One shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo! Fully upgraded. Let's rip. Okay, we've done the whole part switching thingy, brakes, tires, suspension, exhaust. Only the best for my baby. Here comes the straight line. Time to put that Nismo high car to the test. Punch it! focused on driving right now, but I just want to call out that I'm doing a really good job flying this drone. It's my first day. Nailing it. That's it! Give it the beat! So, what do you think? Does more expensive mean more better?
As you know, we're sticking to urban terrain for the next event, but we're kicking the intensity up a notch. Motorfest has provided Donut Media with 2 incredible cars, and knowing James, you can be sure they'll be put to good use.
More power, baby! Motorfest gave us 2 hypercars with more power than anyone would ever need. Choose between the Bugatti Centuriece and the Koenigsegg Jesco and race through downtown Honolulu. Which car will set the new downtown speed record? And who will split an order of shaved ice with me? Hey, can we get some shaved ice on set? Oh yeah, good luck.
Koenigsegg Jesco, bold choice. Bold. I meant bold choice.
Comes with some pretty sweet perks. Check out these 2 spaceships they lent us. This car is too fast. You are a psychopath. I love you. Sorry, do you not like being in first place? Because, I mean, if you don't, I mean, that's cool. After the docks, how about a little tour of the countryside? I believe you slightly scratched the paint. This is a really nice neighborhood. Pretty sure you're ruining the property values, though. agree that you guys are destroying the previous downtown speed record, but which car's gonna set the new record? The suspense is killing me. I gotta sit down. Kilometers per hour in the city? I don't know, that's gotta be at least 100 miles an hour. The finish line is right there! More power, baby! Koenigsegg, fastest hypercar of the day. I almost got whiplash just watching it.
Diamond Head. Let's set forward. No time for surfing, time for drifting. I'm only allowed to give you one hint. You'll be driving one of James's all-time favorites.
Now's your chance to get sideways, muchacho. You'll be drifting this Mitsubishi Lancer Evo X up and down the corkscrew. The only one you're competing in this challenge against is yourself. Just like in life. Can you get all steezy with your slide? And how long can you maintain your drift?
Go drift, my friend. Go drift to your heart's content. This place is amazing. It's like a playground for drifters. You know, that's what they say about Los Angeles these days. Lancer Evo. My friend said it was the fastest car that he's ever driven. What's up, Dan? I bet you never thought you'd be in a video game. Can you drift as long as the Kentucky Cobra? I gotta know! This is gonna make a dope video. You should subscribe to Donut Media. I'm serious. Go do it. And now, you're a certified drifter.
sensations for sure, but no need to reach extreme speeds to get a proper challenge. Well, you'll have to go to Honolulu Airport and get on the tarmac to figure it out. The team is waiting for you there with a whole different type of car this time. A high-performance pickup truck by Ford, the F-150 Raptor. You're closing in. Gather all your focus and dexterity. You're gonna need it.
So we know you're a capable driver. What if you don't have any brakes? You'll be driving this Ford Raptor SVT, and I say driving, but you're stuck in cruise control and you cannot use your brakes. Oh. And did I mention every lap you get faster? So how clean can you drive when slowing down isn't an option?
Riddle me this, coneheads. How do you win when everyone's going the same speed? That's right, your cruise control is locked and you've got to weave through a whole bunch of cones. But don't even think about touching them. This is simple. Each cone that you touch gets you a penalty. Make a perfect lap and you get a big old bonus. Imagine each cone is the cutest, buffest horse you've ever seen. You wouldn't run over a horse, would you? Nay, sir. Nay. Well, I guess that's one lap. Good job. I don't know if your robot assistant told you, but I may have forgotten to install the brakes. Riddle me this, coneheads. How do you win when everyone's going the same speed? That's right, your cruise control is locked and you've got to weave through a whole bunch of cones. but don't even think about touching them. This is simple. Each cone that you touch gets you a penalty. Make a perfect lap and you get a big old bonus. Imagine each cone is the cutest, buffest horse you've ever seen. You wouldn't run over a horse, would you? Nay, sir. Nay. Well, I guess that's one lap. Good job. I don't know if your robot assistant told you, but I may have forgotten to install the brakes. I've got your mom on speed dial, so you better keep your driving clean and tight. How clean can you drive with no brakes? Well, I'm starting to get an idea. Oh, I'm sorry, is this truck too big for you? You want a widow baby car to make it easier? Well, too bad. Clever girl. Get it? Get it like in the movie? Riddle me this, coneheads. How do you win when everyone's going the same speed? That's right, your cruise control is locked and you've got to weave through a whole bunch of cones. But don't even think about touching them. This is simple. Each cone that you touch gets you a penalty. Make a perfect lap and you get a big old bonus. Imagine each cone is the cutest, buffest horse you've ever seen. You wouldn't run over a horse, would you? Nay, sir. Nay. Well, I guess that's one lap. Good job. I don't know if your robot assistant told you, but I may have forgotten to install the brakes. I've got your mom on speed dial, so you better keep your driving clean and tight. How clean can you drive with no brakes? Well, I'm starting to get an idea. Oh, I'm sorry, is this truck too big for you? You want a widow baby car to make it easier? Well, too bad. Clever girl. Get it? Get it like in the movie? Stop goofing around. for you to drive as it was for me to watch.
I can't wait to see how the donut crews use all the incredible sequences they shot with you. They're almost ready to wrap up, but before, they have one more challenge for you. One last face-off. A little pure, unadulterated street racing, featuring two cars that embody the world-renowned German savoir-faire. Well, it looks like I've said too much again. Just pretend you didn't hear anything, okay?
You can't say enough good things about German engineering. I've tried. In this final face-off, two powerhouses battle it out in the streets of Honolulu. Audi R8 Spider head-to-head with BMW M4. Who could ask for anything more? Let's find out once and for all. Who rules the streets?
Bayerische Motoren Werke. I hope this M4 is easier to drive than say.
This is the last event, so make it count. Don't worry, we can still be friends after. Wow, that Audi got ditched faster than I did on prom night. Some things you never forget. Hey, don't look now, but I think you're in the lead. I said don't look. Watch out, this first ramp is a bit of a doozy. Dang, dog, hit up Jules Verne, 'cause we got friggin' flying cars over here. These two German speedsters definitely pack a punch. Hawaiian punch. Is that even from Hawaii? Oh, respect the car! Hold on to your butts! You're driving to get us the final answer. There can only be one. The finish line is coming. The finish line is coming. Don't mess up. BMW wins. Did you know that BMW M4s eat 10 Audi R8 Spiders a year?
Don't forget to grab your reward vehicle, driver. This truly was a thrilling ride. But none of this could have been that incredible without your outstanding contribution. That's why a very special car is waiting for you at the container. New playlist ahead. Let's go! New playlist ahead. Let's go! Another activity awaits.
Attention, all festival goers! As you already know, Motorfest has expanded across the Hawaiian archipelago. We still have plenty of adventures to share with you, and we'll continue to do so for a long time. So, we clearly needed a new place. And what a wonderful place that is. Welcome to Maui. Welcome to your new playground. tour of the island to map out the area. Here, mountains give birth to bamboo forests and beaches are as red as the fire of a raging volcano. This island is ready to reveal its beauty, and that's what this playlist is all about. We've also put together challenges and side activities to explore every nook and cranny of the island.
Let's rewind that one. Rewind. Be kind, rewind. It's like it never happened. You haven't claimed your reward for this playlist. complete this playlist. A playlist is available, driver. Motorfest is proud to show you this new playlist. A full-on automobile Lamborghini experience. It this time. Innovation, edgy design and flashy colors are what makes Lambo stand out. But as you'll see, there's so much more to it. Ever since its inception over 60 years ago, Lamborghini has been going from triumph to triumph. Now, the Motorfest gives you a chance to experience the legend and to write its next chapter here in Hawaii. that's what Lamborghini's all about. Buckle up. This is going to be one hell of a day. Another activity awaits. Automobili Lamborghini is first and foremost a story. A story that began with a genuine passion for sports cars and with one clear goal in mind: to create the best supercars. Vehicles that can go head-to-head with the cream of the crop. Mindset spawned several elite cars during Lamborghini's formative years. But the one we chose for you to start with is, predictably, the first true Lamborghini jewel, the Miura. Powerful, elegant, unconventional. The Miura is a car that reshuffled the cards among sports car manufacturers. Such a car, needless to say that clean driving is mandatory. But that's also part of the challenge, right? Here we are, Chapter 1, Inspirational Origins. Drive fast, stay on the road, and score the biggest possible bonus. natural driver. First position, that car suits you. Start. Just the way Lamborghini did it back in the 60s. That was just the beginning. Imagination, innovation, and action. That's what it takes to bring incredible cars to life. And Lamborghini knows all about it. The first race got you in the mood. Well, let's strike the iron when it's hot with the legendary Lamborghini Countach 5000 Quattro Valvole. Here comes Chapter 2, Legendary Designs. Take good care of that Countach. It is so much more than just a car. Congratulations, driver. You've ascended a step closer to being a Motorfest legend. A new reward is waiting for you within the activity menu. power and design. That's the Lamborghini Countach for ya. The show continues. Care to guess which car is waiting for you next? Here are your clues. It's the fastest supercar from the early 90s and a Lamborghini for a whole new generation. It's named after the famous and ferocious fighting bull, El Diablo. Our Lambo party goes on. Chapter 3, Bleeding Edge Technology. Nicely done. Wow, that's some pro driving here. major step towards the future. Diabolical! Handled the three most iconic Lambos of the 20th century. Now it's time to step into the third millennium. The Huracan's design is based on the hexagonal shapes of the carbon atom, fused with the unmistakable flavor of Lamborghini. Sensual, streamlined, and powerful, the Huracan embodies Lamborghini's ascent to new heights. Refined and modern as always. Hold on to your seat. Chapter 4, Lambo sets the trends. 21st century by storm. Lamborghini has always been about looking forward. They don't only create great cars on the cutting edge of technology, but they're willing to go above and beyond with each new model. For example, it's the first SUV made by Lamborghini, described as an SSUV, super sport utility vehicle. A vehicle that mixes the soul of a supercar with the functionality of an SUV, giving you the freedom to take on terrain you've never explored before. Got it. This party continues with Chapter 5, a new kind of beast. We're gonna need that Lamborghini back. Well done, driver. A show of strength, Lamborghini style. In 2022, the Countach was reborn as the new Countach LPI 804. The party turns 100% Italian for this event. Here comes Chapter 6. Lamborghini lives forever. Parliamo! Skills worthy of a Lamborghini. Natural driver. get plenty of opportunities to test out your pro skills throughout the Motorfest. But today, you're doing it with Team Lamborghini. That's right. People often see Lamborghinis as dream street cars, but tend to forget that Lambos have everything it takes to race official. They've proven their might multiple times. The place? The Hanama racetrack. The car? The Lamborghini Essenza. The mood? Pro gig. The Essenza exhibition is about to start. Chapter 7, Pro Performances. Impressive. Lamborghini owns both the streets and the racetracks. Now let me show you how they own the world. Driven through the entire evolution of Lamborghini. Their underdog origins, their glorious ascent, and their will to go beyond perfection itself all led them to become the powerhouse they are today. And what they've become is precisely what we'll show you now, by introducing you to one last superstar, the fierce Lamborghini Sian. V12 and hybrid technology based on supercapacitors, all in an unrivaled gem of engineering and technology. An absolute piece of art. And if you need more, just know that Sian means lightning in Bolognese. I guess you get the idea. Side, Lamborghini's fastest models of all time. It couldn't be any other way. Okay, we're here. The final chapter. Perfection itself. The ultimate Lamborghini celebration. Let's end this with a bang. I could drive this good. is astonishing, isn't it? With that car, you got to see Lamborghini at its peak, with all the promise that came with it. The perfect final act to this playlist. And yet, the show is not quite over. I mean, what's a good story without a teaser for what could be next? That's right. We have one last surprise for you before you reach the container. Automobili Lamborghini. Epilogue. Always going for more. Don't forget to grab your reward vehicle, driver. This was one high-end quality show. A car festival can't get any better than this. Astonishing cars, an idyllic venue, and last but not least, astounding skills. Yes, that's your driving I'm talking about. I believe you turned quite a few heads back there. That's why a well-deserved reward is waiting for you back at the container. The Queen of the 90s, a car that owned the end of the 20th century, the 1999 Lamborghini Diablo GT. Now you've got the perfect retro supercar for a cruise down Waikiki Beach. Congratulations! A new playlist means new adventures, driver. A new playlist means new adventures, driver. Today is a red letter day. You're signing up for one of our most exclusive experiences to date. A partnership with the quintessential sports car manufacturer, Ferrari, the prancing horse. An alliance that will for sure go down in Motorfest history. To be your guide on this pilgrimage through excellence, we've invited our resident scholar and authority on luxury cars, the Motorfest archivist. Sir, you're up.
Thank you, dear. Hello, driver. Pleased to meet you. As your lovely onboard assistance device just mentioned, I'll be your chaperone for this playlist. Although chaperone perhaps isn't the right word. More like a host, I believe. Well, this is not my usual job, but it is Ferrari we're talking about, so, well, how could I refuse? So many things I'd like to say. So many things I dug out from my archives. But first things first. Let's get you to Maui's brand new Ferrari museum.
trying again.
Let's drive to the main building. I believe the director of the Ferrari Museums has a few words to say.
My name is Michele Pignatti Morano. I am the director of the Ferrari Museums. Here we are where there is the birthhouse of Enzo Ferrari. Each Ferrari is different. Each Ferrari was the best in the world in design, performance, technology, putting all the best in one single car. Is a legend, is just exceptionally full of excellence.
This is Ferrari Supercars, a partnership with the Enzo Ferrari Museum of Modena. Let's move on to another activity.
There's a particular kind of Ferrari we're going to speak a lot about today. The Ferrari supercars. The car you're about to drive in this opening event is none other than the first Ferrari in the supercar bloodline, the Ferrari GTO.
The first supercars that we can define is the GTO. GTO was very simple. If we just start from the name, it was Gran Turismo Omologato. The definition of supercars is very simple. It's the top expression of that period in design, performance, technology, putting all the best in one single car of that period. People call it the 288 GTO, but that is not the correct definition. The definition for that car is the GTO. Punto.
To Ferrari, supercar is a term that refers to milestones in motoring history. All supercars are limited series and the product of Enzo Ferrari's philosophy, aiming to make every new model the best car of its time. That means that every new addition to the lineage is the embodiment of leading-edge research that sets the standard for cars worldwide. You'll drive all the Ferrari supercars on this adventure, but for now, just enjoy the collector's piece that is the Gran Turismo Omologato, or like Mr. Pignati Morano said, simply GTO. This car is, in essence, a special version of another iconic Ferrari, the 308 GTS. And, as intended, it is one of the fastest street-legal production cars of its time. Interesting fact from my archives. Three-time racing world champion Niki Lauda owned one of the few GTOs produced. A gift from Enzo Ferrari himself. Beautiful sight. Takes me back to the legacy tour Ferrari organized back in 2024. A GTO tribute tour set in the stunning surroundings of the Italian Dolomites. Organized exactly 40 years after Ferrari introduced the supercar at the 1984 Geneva Motor Show. But enough from me. Just listen to the car you're driving. She'll tell you her story herself. world of Ferrari, my young friend. A world where legends live among us to tell their stories loud and clear. I was delighted with that introduction. You may now head towards the northern part of the bay to make the acquaintance of the next two super... cars in our Ferrari lineup. You heard me right. The next event will feature not one, but two cars for you to drive. On one hand, the inspired and inspiring